Hello, everybody, and welcome, excuse me, to the Smoky Room. As you can see in the sign, I am a enemy of the New World Order, and that's the purpose of my show. As a matter of fact, being the enemy of the New World Order, which nowadays isn't really that difficult to do. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, there's an awful lot going on, as you very well know. Uh, I am not going to really talk about the indictment. No, I'm not going to talk about the indictment. Um, what I think at this time is most important. Let's look at the concentrated effort of not Joe Biden, because he's not in charge, but let's look at the concentrated effort of Capitol Hill. That includes Republicans and Democrats combined. Okay? They make up the globalists. Alrighty? On Capitol Hill, there are no good guys, there are no bad guys. Okay? The globalists. They have an agenda for a global government, and you can read about it in the report from the Commission on Global Governance. Anybody, you see that there? See? The report. See where it says, I'm having a hard time with this. Can you read that? There you go. Mel Schwartz out there told me he can read it. It's not a conspiracy. Although, if you talk to your liberal friends, they will think you are crazy. You see. And, ladies and gentlemen, that gets old after a while, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. You're telling the truth, and but you're the one that's crazy. For instance, I was watching a guy on the street on YouTube. He was on the street asking people, and I've done this. Oh my God, since 2016, I would ask people. Listen to this one, as a matter of fact, right? I was talking to a very close friend once with my wife and my son there, and it could have gotten extremely ugly. I mean, like having the police and an ambulance show up. That's how serious it got. Okay? Like when your best friend and your wife call you a racist in your home. And you're supposed to be okay with that. I wasn't. Still not. But I asked for examples. Give me one example of how about the moment you said, this man's a racist. Nobody seems to have the ability to do that, no matter who I ask. But they call you a racist for being a Trump supporter. But yet they cannot give you a single example. Try it sometimes. Okay? Try it. See if I'm lying. Those that think this guy in the White House, this human piece of feces, is the best thing since sliced bread. But yet, you are crazy. We are heading into what My gut's telling me that there are some very bad times ahead. Right now, from reports I'm getting from other people like me, Lionel Nation, I love that guy. Dr. Turley, Dr. Steve Turley, and a bunch of other people have reported on colleges now requiring masks. Okay. And I think movie theaters is another one. Yeah, I mean, look. If you heard Mr. Dershowitz talk about these indictments, it doesn't look good for the prosecution. It really doesn't. It truly doesn't. So they got to have another plan. Like I've said on many, many shows, why not do what you did in 19? Nobody got arrested. You all got away scot-free. Okay? So COVID's gonna hit again, or another strain of it. It should be here October, November, December. And we'll be locked down until November 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever, as long as it's after the election. So we'll have to have the paper ballots again and all that. And Uncle Joey will be back in the White House. More than likely. I mean, unless something miraculous happens. Because like I said, we are not fighting the Democrat Party here. We are not fighting the Biden administration. We are fighting extremely powerful, evil forces. Do not make any mistake about it. We are talking about the Rockefellers, okay? The Carnegies, the Mellons, captains of huge industry. People that have bought senators, judges, nations. Okay? That's who we're up against. Okay? Once again, it's like the Minutemen, okay, in Lexington, facing the superpower of the world. Here we are, facing the superpowers of the world. That's us. And once again, a plea to everyone watching this: never, ever, ever turn your guns in. Never hide them if you have to. Where it goes from there, who knows? But you can sense it. The day is going to come where we're going to need them. We're going to need lots of ammunition, too. And we're going to need the military on our side to win this. Like I said, it seems like they're preparing for another bout of COVID, lockdowns, masks, vaccinations, the whole 9 yards. It's coming back. And check the internet. It's not just me saying that. Many people saying that. Doesn't mean it's true, right? But at least do the research. And use logic and reasoning. If you were the head of the Democrat Party, wouldn't you get a meeting together and say, yo, listen, we got away with it in 19. No one got arrested. Why not do it again? It's not a secret that they want to get rid of Donald Trump. It's not a secret, right? How much more obvious can you make it? They're not doing this because they're law-abiding people. They're going after this man because they despise him. He is not a member of their club. He doesn't owe any of them a cent or a favor. How many of them, I wonder, owe him favors? Anybody remember that? In 2015, everybody was this guy's buddy, taking selfies with him and everything else. Black, white, Jewish, Hispanic, females, they all wanted pictures of Donald Trump. Uh-oh. Until that day in 2016, the day he became a racist and the most hated human being on the face of the earth. Prior to that, he was everyone's pal. Right. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I stretching the truth even? Everyone out there knows that, if you've been watching my show, that, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. Maybe sometimes that's hard to see. I am sorry about that, but that's my nature. And my nature is between me and God. About it. That's the only person I worry about, really. Either I'm right with God or I'm not. I truly, truly do not care about whether or not human beings like me. I don't like a lot of them. Give me a dog any day or second of the week. A dog. And I'd be happy as hell. I could pet him. He'd smile at me. I'd rub his belly for him. He'd be happy. I come home, he's wagging his tail. He's happy to see me. Ain't nobody else happy to see me around here. But, I have no idea why I said that. About people liking me. Yeah, I really don't give a damn. I'm not going to go out of my way to make you hate me. I'm just going to be me. And either you'll like me or you won't. And I am perfectly fine by myself. I find myself pretty damn funny. And, I truly don't care. Give me a bag of popcorn or cheese curls and, something to drink, iced tea or something like that. Sprite Zero, there you go. Sprite Zero. With cheese curls, not bad. Now that you got that information, we can end the show, I guess. But so they are, as far as I'm concerned, they're going to be bringing back the COVID mandates and all that good stuff. And they're going to try and steal the election again. So the question becomes, the biggest question is, how do we handle it when we find out that Donald Trump, once again, did not win the election? What happens then? Are you prepared? Do you own firearms and ammunition and know how to use them? Because our civilization is going to heck in a handbasket. Whatever that means. I really don't. Going to heck in a handbasket. What, you're going to try and get in a handbasket? And then what? Somebody like throws you into hell. Where'd Joe go? I don't know. Bunch of guys over there threw him into hell in a handbasket or something. I don't know. But you're going to need firearms and ammunition, and you're going to have to know how to take care of your firearms, disassemble them, oil them, clean them, and all that good stuff. And you're definitely going to have to know how to use them. I am certain the opportunity for that is not far away. You're going to need first aid equipment. You're going to need your meds. You're going to need to stock up on your meds. Talk to your doctor, your dentist, or whomever is willing to write you a couple of prescriptions for antibiotics, so you have them in the house. Okay? I mean, things can get really bad. And then, food. Freeze-dried, dehydrated food. Okay? Stuff that lasts 20, 25 years. Have it on hand. Because if there's mass rioting or whatever these lunatics do, at least you'll have something to eat. Now, what about something to drink? Get some water containers, the big 35-gallon or 55-gallon. Get it in your basement, fill them up, and treat them the way you're supposed to treat them. There's chemicals you could put in there. It'll last 5 years. Okay? I have that. So you have drinking water on hand, and you have food, you got your meds, ammo, blah, 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 blah. Now, if the grid should go down, you're going to need power. You're going to need a generator. Okay? Get a dual-powered generator. Gasoline and propane. And I'm sure you understand why. I mean, it's extremely easy to store propane. Gasoline, I think it's a pain in the ass myself. So that way you have some power. And chain it to your house or something. So your neighbors don't run away with it. So there we have it. That's, I don't know. That's really all I wanted to say, is that it's not good out there. It's not good out there. And when you hear other people talk, and I know you can see it, like this thing with Karens, it just happened. One day, I'm seeing videos on Karens going insane. Why the hell is this happening? As frequently as it is. People are losing their minds. Yeah, it seems like nothing. People could ask other people, well, what are you getting so upset about? Why does it bother you so much? Why do you watch the news? It upsets you. What? If you had a son in the Army back in the 60s or 70s, and he was in Vietnam, would you want to know how he's doing? That's kind of like watching the news, isn't it? You have a vested interest in that. Right? Well, and I was talking to a Christian brother that was here today. Hung out for a few hours, had a good time. Talked about some good stuff. Talked about this. And he's a Vietnam veteran. And politically speaking, he feels exactly as I do. So that was nice. I could actually sit down and talk to another human being about this stuff. And, we were talking about that the mood that people are in these days is not normal. And the stress that is being applied to us, for instance, here we go. Let's pretend. I want to show you something. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I got a trans guy sitting next to me right now, okay? And he's on the Smoky Room, and his name is, I don't know, Queen Gemini. How's that? And Queen Gemini is like the ugliest trans person I ever seen in my life, right? And, Queen Gemini insists that I refer to him as her. But, you got a mustache and a 5 o'clock shadow, dude. You look, your wig is crooked, the high heels, one of them's broken, and you got to run in your fishnet stockings. But you want me to call you Miss, right? Now, Queen Gemini is going to become very offended. Okay? And here's the sick part about it. There's many people that would take the side of Queen Gemini. That because of me not calling him her, he's allowed to be offended and complain. Am I allowed to be offended about that? Well, what are you going to be offended about? I don't want to play his stupid game. That's a guy, and I am not going to be forced in to saying it's a female. I am offended by that. Now, when the government grabs hold of that, okay, and passes legislation that forces society to act a certain way towards a certain group of frigged up people, that causes stress because you do not have the freedom of expression. And when you're like me, you want to be able to express yourself, whether people like it or not. It's your right as an American. But whoa, no. It's Gay Pride Month or week, I forget. I think it's a month, right? No, it's Gay Pride Month. You're not allowed to say anything disparagingly about gay people. Period. If you say something like that, you are a racist, homophobic piece of crap. By golly. You see, it's okay for the sick, twisted individuals on Capitol Hill to pass legislation like that. That's okay. We don't really give a damn if you're offended or not, because we don't really care for Christian white males anyway any longer. Even though, ladies and gentlemen, I do not consider myself to be white. I'm not white. Can't you tell? For God's sakes already, when's it gonna end? I'm an Italian. I'm a Sicilian. I am not white. I am part Ethiopian, believe it or not. And the other part is Polish or something. I don't know. But that's how that is. So we got stress from that. Okay. We have millions upon millions of illegal immigrants. I mean, that is just a fact. Pouring into our country. They are given our tax dollars. When you go to work in a place that you can't stand going to every single day, I mean, don't you just love it that they take money from that and give it to people that are here illegally? I mean, really, you should feel good that you're helping them out, for God's sakes. What kind of person are you? Well, we know you're a racist. You voted for Trump, right? You want that wall there because you're a hater. That's what you are. And there really aren't that many people coming into this country. Just listen to what Mr. Mayorkas says. He's smart. He knows more about it than anybody else. What do you know? You ever been to the border? Has anyone ever heard that? Because I sure as hell have. A lot. Now, we don't have an immigration problem here. No! Now, come on! You act like it's a real issue. You know what kind of problem we do have in America, though? There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of combat veterans sleeping in tents on our sidewalks. Nobody gives a shit about that, right? Imagine being one of those guys knowing that people are coming into this country, they're getting $450 each, they're getting a place to sleep, they're getting medical care. You go out and risk your life. Oh, well, no, well, sorry, what do you want me to do? Here's a tent and a sidewalk that somebody just took a dump on. And we're okay with that. That causes stress also. But why? I mean, what? We should care about that? Why do you get so upset about it for? I mean, come on, it's their problem, not yours. You can't save the world. What's wrong with you? I shouldn't have feelings about that stuff, right? But I should have feelings about the ugly transvestites that want to be called gal instead of guy, and homos that want you to use adverbs or whatever the hell it is. I should have compassion for that. I should have compassion for teachers, 5th grade teachers teaching kids how to play with themselves. I'm supposed to be okay with that. I had taken a Valium before this. It's not working. Are you like me? I mean, I was asking my friend today, is there something wrong with me? Is this not normal? I don't understand. Because if that's the case, I guess George Washington must have been a lunatic. Benjamin Franklin must have been a lunatic. John Hancock. Thomas Jefferson. People that cared about things back then that to others made no sense at all. Think about what they were talking about back then. Hey, here's a conversation for you. George, listen up. We don't have an army, dude. There's No army. We got guys with guns. They're not an army, though, and most of the time they're drunk. But we're gonna fight the superpower of the world, and you saying we could win. You're nuts. And he's, well, wait a minute. Now, let's calm down. Let's talk about this calmly. I really think we can, we can beat the British Army. Maybe, it's worth a shot. And they won. Should you care? Should you care? You see, some people say, you could care, I just don't want to hear about it. Or, if you're in a bad mood, then they accuse you of caring, and caring is what's putting you in a bad mood. So now we don't want you to care because it puts you in a bad mood. So you got to try caring without letting it bother you, okay? Doesn't that make a ton of friggin' sense? Lord have mercy. This is where we're at. Everybody is losing their mind. Because how much longer can this go on? How much longer can this go on? Is anybody out there a veteran? Anybody? Even when I was in the Army, during the Vietnam War that we lost, I cared. I had every right not to, but I cared. There's something about being an American that is worth caring about. And caring, I think, takes courage nowadays, personally, because you're gonna make a ton of enemies. Believe me. No matter where you go, they're gonna point the finger. They're gonna point the finger at you. They're gonna say he's a racist. He's a Nazi. This guy. He voted for the Donald Trump guy over there. That's what they're gonna say. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I just really just needed to get that off my chest. But ladies and gentlemen, the way things are going, they're ramping this up fast. They got to have something in place by 24. They got to have something ready by November 24. Now, it means if they want to sell the lockdowns and the masks and the vaccines again, they got to have like a cushion of, I would say at least 6 months to get everything ready. They probably already got the ballots printed up. That's when, I think, I got 4 ballots, I think, in the mail. Myself. I know my son got a few of them. It was like I was getting a friggin' ballot every day. So that's coming. That is coming. I forgot who it was. I think maybe it was Lionel that found out that money is already appropriated for vaccines again. Like $4 billion or something like that. Imagine that. You're one of these drug companies. You devise something and you get your money paid to you by us, and then they force us to use it. If I'm paying for it, I should have the right to tell you to ram it up your ass. So we're in for that again. Don't let it bother you. No. Come on. It's nothing. Okay, so what? They're gonna lock you in your home? How bad's that gonna be? I can hear it right now. That's, you know. So anyway, I am gonna sign off. And, if I don't make another one of these, have a great Labor Day. I hope nobody goes into labor on Labor Day, but, kid's got to be born. He's got to get born, right? Or she or he. Notice I did not use a pronoun. It's either going to be a he, okay? That is an infant with a penis, if anybody needs to know. And if it's a she will not have a penis. So that is a little girl. The guy with the penis is a little boy. Let me see. 1, 2. Right? 1, 2. There's only 2 genders. Whoever thought? Whoever thought? I can imagine sitting down with my buddies in South Philly, like 1968. Hey, Nick, a day's going to come where they're going to say that there's men can get pregnant, I mean, can you imagine that discussion back then? Really? I'm sorry, but I think a few of the guys I hung around with would have, oh yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah. I gotta tell you about the thumb someday. That one will kill you. I mean, this this was as good as Charlie Schwartz. And I'll tell you about that one too someday. But funny like you wouldn't believe. I mean, we weren't the smartest kids in the world, okay? We really, no. No rocket scientists in that crowd. Yes, sir. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off here. I'm gonna sign. See, I signed. Joe. Smoky Room guy. There we go. All right, folks. Have a good one. Bye bye.